welcome back to my channel. I have a very special guest today. It is Loves, because we are back for our second trimester pregnancy update. We really just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know how the journey's been, the pregnancy is going. I want to answer a lot of the questions that you guys have been asking me, DMing me, or our friends and family. So it's really just like a second trimester pregnancy vlog before we get really down and dirty in the last 3 months before this baby comes. One of the questions that I always get asked is, how am I feeling? I mean, from the first trimester where we're like partying it up in Coachella, and now in my second trimester, I mean, I'm feeling so much better. The energy level is there. I mean, we're eating out a lot.
You're swimming a lot.
Yeah, I'm really active. I mean, obviously the belly is growing bigger, so I get tired here and there, but the energy is back full force. I'm shooting like crazy. I'm still working. But I absolutely believe this is a trimester that everyone loves. I mean, I think all moms say their second trimester is the best, and you really feel some sort of normalcy.
It's a lot easier because you're less moody, you're less tired, obviously working out, and it feels normal minus the baby bump.
For the first trimester, I didn't work out at all. I think I was just really scared of being active. So now that the second trimester is in full force, I have my energy back, I'm active, we're working out again like we used to all the time. We're very social, we see our friends probably every single weekend.
And that was the biggest difference from this trimester and the last one when we were like hermits. And just kind of doing our own thing.
We felt really isolated, I think, in the first trimester because clearly we were keeping the pregnancy a secret. But now that sun's out, bump's out, we are partying up a storm.
Cheers, guys! We are at a surprise birthday party for Gremlin and Anaconda, aka Anne and Fawn.
Happy birthday, Gremlin!
On their way now, but wanted to give you guys a little pregnancy update. Baby at 23 weeks, and here is the rest of the posse. Yes, we are out because once she comes, we're gonna be like in prison.
Yes.
Party number 2, guys. This baby is going strong this weekend. She's still in there, full of pizza.
Clearly, I'm no longer drinking. I am like designated DD for the next, 6, 7, 8, 9 months.
I drink enough for both of us. So
that is true.
That's
so I think that's the only difference with the lifestyle change, but I think it's really important for both mom to be and dad to be to maintain as similar a lifestyle as you had before, so you don't feel like
it's such a drastic change from before.
Yeah, and the pregnancy is taking like a complete toll on your lifestyle.
Yep.
So during this trimester, we went on a ton of vacations. I mean, I wouldn't even say it's vacation. You guys saw that we just came back from New York where we ate up a storm.
Walked a lot, saw a lot, but yes, we ate a lot.
I'm really just enjoying these few months where I don't have food aversion. I eat everything. I crave whole foods. I crave fresh fruits. And I definitely crave cookies and sweets probably at least a few times a week.
Sympathy weight is a real thing.
New York happened so last minute. TJ Maxx had called me to come back and speak on behalf of the Max U project, and I was so excited. We didn't have a baby moon planned because my doctor had advised us to not travel. She's a stickler on solar radiation. I know all doctors out there are different, but once your doctor kind of like seeps all this information in your head, it lingers and you really don't want to do anything to aggravate the pregnancy. And seeing as how we had lost, a first one in a miscarriage years ago, we tried to be really careful this time, but at the same time, it was such a huge opportunity that I could not pass up on.
Right. Awesome trip, and just seeing her being on the panel while she was pregnant was a beautiful thing.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one of the things that I was absolutely afraid of in New York was that New York trip happened right before my glucose test. And I was like, oh my gosh, if I eat like all these sweets, am I not gonna pass my glucose test? And so for every cookie that I ate, we walked a mile. And then every sweet that I ate, we walked a little bit more. I mean, he was like all walked out. But I just felt as though, you really had to make up for that lifestyle. I mean, if you're gonna give into your cravings, you have to do something active at least.
Yeah, you gotta balance it out.
Hi guys, back at the doctor's office for my glucose test. I mean, I had to drink that sugary orange drink this morning, so I'm gonna wait to get my blood drawn. But this week we are 26 weeks. She's like kicking all over the place.
Yeah.
Daddy felt her this morning.
Crazy.
Okay, so crossing fingers that I passed my glucose test even after the Gorge Fest that was New York City. We came back from the trip and I passed the glucose test with flying colors. So we're back to eating like crazy again. Right after the New York trip, we had planned a family wedding up to Portland, Oregon. And it was like back-to-back trips. So I had extended both of those trips for a longer time. We treated these two trips like they were our baby moons too.
Yeah.
So Portland was so fun.
Seeing her family, a lot of people were close to, so it was great.
Yeah, it was great. Being able to share the news with them in person and getting all of these hugs and the congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. Nothing beats family.
Yeah.
Landed in Portland, guys. This is our first meal. So excited. We had a little bit of a detour after we landed, but we are with my bestie and her hubby.
I hereby pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
We are taking a family picture, waiting for both still. Got the whole crew here. Is there a job? This is what we're here for, guys. We are at Hui and Bibi's wedding. We just got through the ceremony. We're starting with reception. We just wanted to wish you guys a beautiful marriage, a lifetime of happiness, and a baby on the way so our kids can grow up together.
You two are so pure, so beautiful, and I just wish you guys a lifetime of happiness.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Hey guys, we just made it to a furry in Portland. You know, this is their first U.S. outpost since we tried it in Tokyo last time, so I cannot wait to see what the yuzu patan tastes like. But out of all of the ramen spots that we had in Tokyo, and we have ramen every single day, a furry was absolutely my favorite.
Okay, a double dose of yuzu baton. Yummy.
Hot fresh donuts because the baby wants it. We've got cinnamon sugar.
Oh my god, this is so good. It's like really light, really fluffy, freshly made. Yum. Been waiting for this fried egg hamburger. We got a Yoko Ono and sriracha mix-a-lot. Yummy. I'm having the Yoko Ono. It is so delicious. We've got sausage, pesto, and a runny yolky egg. How has our relationship changed during this time? I mean, I would say we're closer.
Yeah, I mean, because we are very intentional about spending time, doing things together, being active together.
We're really making the most of the time that we have together, just us two.
Yeah.
Before we become a family of three.
Yeah.
And like a complete chaos ensues.
Yes. It's just been beautiful. You're not really moody anymore. So
true.
she's a lot less moody compared to regular. There's a lot. So that's like
regular what?
It's like
regular me?
Yeah.
Regular me sans belly bump. I mean, in the first trimester, I really wanted to keep the peace because you know that when mama is stressed, baby is stressed. So I just felt like I'm really gonna keep it cool. I'm not gonna like lose my temper. And I think after a couple of months of that, now it's like a personality change, honey. Now it's not just like I had it. Shut up, dude. One of the most common questions we always get asked is how are you preparing for baby? And to be honest, we're not preparing, dude.
It's not there yet.
You guys have seen me doing all of these home tours on YouTube, from my closet to my master bedroom, the living room, the kitchen. You'll see the dining room, both of our offices in a future video. And the reason why I was so hell-bent on doing this home tour now was because the entire house is going to change.
Yeah.
I mean, we are definitely going to baby-proof, but as far as outfitting a nursery, we're not doing that.
No.
You know, baby girl's just gonna sleep with us in our room with maybe a bassinet. I feel as though I've spoken to enough moms and moms-to-bes, all my girlfriends are mothers, that there's no way you can prepare. I mean, you think you have it all laid out and then all of a sudden, boom, baby comes. And they have like a mind of their own. So I feel as though once she comes out, I'm really gonna let baby girl's personality and her moods and her habits dictate the way we change the home around.
Right, because from what we gather from a lot of parents, a lot of our friends, is that you can't predict how the baby's gonna live, how he or she's gonna be, and you can prep and prepare and have all these different, like, you know, templates on how you want to treat things, but it's gonna be different. So
yeah, and every baby is different as well. So we haven't prepared anything, and of course, the minute I do, you guys are gonna be along for the ride.
We're gonna wing it. We're just gonna wing it.
You know, before I got pregnant, I had no idea what a birth plan was. And as soon as I started reading more and more, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have a birth plan. I mean, honestly, I was even talking to my doctor the other day and I was like, dude, I don't even have a birth plan. Honestly, however it happens, it's going to happen.
Right.
I'm really chill about the entire pregnancy. I'm not nervous about labor or delivery. I mean, I know that, you know, complications can happen. So I think for me to kind of stress out now, it's counterintuitive to really enjoying this time and just being really relaxed and focused on each other and having like a really positive mindset before she comes.
And it's just, you know, going with the flow and then just both of us adapting to the situation and wing it.
So early on in my second trimester, when we went to go visit the doctor, she told me that I was gaining way too much weight, way too fast. 18-week appointment, and I've gained too much weight. Dr. Kim says that
too much.
I'm definitely eating too much. She says that if I keep this up, which obviously I'm not, I know how to keep it together. She said I'm gonna gain like 60 pounds. Like, that's gnarly, dude. I've never been this heavy before. I started out at 104 because I had lost so much weight in my first trimester. And then when I started having energy again, I just ate like whatever, dude. Like literally bread, butter, rice, noodles. Like, I did not stop myself. So now it's, you know, it's gut check time. Okay, Daddy? So you and I are going to go back on our regular diet, you know?
Work out more, that's all it is.
So I can't wait to get back to swimming and all that good stuff. So 18 weeks. She's looking good. She's growing at a rapid rate. Heartbeat is strong. So it's looking great. Hey, you feel good?
Good. As long as it's heartbeat, that's all I care about.
Some of you follow me on Instagram, and I had dedicated like a whole month's worth of Insta stories to my dieting and exercise regimen. The reason I had to diet was because I gained 15 pounds in the matter of like 10 weeks, which was crazy. I had started out at such a normal weight and I gained it so drastically that my doctor was afraid that not only would I have gestational diabetes, it would be harder for me to carry the baby, but that I was gonna gain 60 pounds on like a really tiny frame, which is already more than half my weight. Which clearly, I mean, at half your weight during pregnancy, come on, that's beyond. So I definitely put myself on a really strict diet. I bought a scale and I started monitoring everything that I ate. I cut back on carbs, which was how I normally ate. But since in the first trimester, I couldn't eat anything and I had so many food aversions and I had like crazy morning sickness that lasted all night and day. The minute I got my appetite back, I pretty much ate everything in sight. An advice to you mamas to be is definitely watch your weight in the first and second trimesters. Try not to pack on any additional weight because it's so much harder to lose. And at the same time, of course, everything in moderation, including dieting. During that time, I also tracked my progress. You know, we began to, you know, go back to our regular exercise regimen. I mean, I think one of the things that I used to love about our lifestyles is we always worked out together. We'd go to the gym together. I'd run outside. He'd run with me. We'd go swimming. So definitely try to maintain as active a lifestyle as you can without overdoing it. And an advice to all of you mamas to be who are watching your weight during your pregnancy is absolutely have fun with it. You know, I learned so many new recipes, even for salads, and he was making me like really healthy foods, fish tacos, not a lot of carbs, and just a lot of really fun recipes that included a lot of whole foods, healthy grains, all that good stuff, so that you're definitely packing your body and your baby's nutrition with a lot of healthy foods.
Yep.
So maternity fashion has been so fun for me. I mean, I loved dressing up this bump. You guys see me shooting all the time on Instagram, and I think one of the key tricks is to not change up your style. I mean, I haven't bought any maternity clothes. I've really just been sizing up, and so far that's worked for me. Clearly, cotton, spandex is like your absolute best friend. Happy 19.5 weeks, baby girl. She is hanging quite low, but I'm loving that I get to dress her up in all of these like tight bodycon dresses. Honestly, dresses are the only things that are super comfortable right now because they don't dig into my waistline. So I'm wearing like a really thin stretch cotton turtleneck bodycon dress from Forever 21 and an oversized sweater from Urban Outfitters. So far, I actually haven't purchased any maternity clothes. I'm just sizing up. This is a medium, but it's super stretchy.
Girly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a girl. She hasn't grown the penis or anything like that. She looks great.
Awesome.
She's sideways, her head's over here.
Okay.
As the time goes by, she'll probably turn.
Now shooting look 2 with the girls. Got our bump. She's looking massive today. And so I'm just scouting for a location that would show off this outfit. Everything looks good. It was
Going
so
strong,
fast today.
going strong.
My weight is back on track, which she was really happy about. So clearly, I mean, we're no longer dieting, but I am definitely eating healthily. It's looking good. I mean, I have this like fat placenta that's like cushioning her right now, so I haven't felt her yet. Neither have you. I know you're gonna love it in a couple of weeks when she's like kicking and punching. But right now, we're good, guys.
I think a key difference between dads to be and moms to be is that every single time I see my friends or like anyone who knows I'm pregnant, they're constantly asking me about my pregnancy, you know, just like, how are you feeling? Are you ready for a baby? And honestly, while I'm happy to talk about that, I really feel as though we're in it. You know, I'm in it all day. I think about baby like clearly night and day. So when I'm out and I'm social, after we get the small talk out of the way, I don't want to talk about my pregnancy all the time. I'm still a working girl, a small business owner. I'm still a friend. I'm still a daughter. I'm still a sister. I'm still all of these things. And anytime you see like a new mom to be or a mom, the conversation always shifts to motherhood. And while I think that's such a beautiful thing and I felt such a sense of community transitioning to this next phase in my life, I just want to open up the conversation to know that there are many things, many other amazing things to talk about that don't exclude the friends who aren't mothers yet or dads and dads to be who clearly doesn't know what it's like to be pregnant. So I think the conversation should shift to be a little bit more inclusive and definitely a little bit more positive and not just about, you know, the daily rigors of carrying a baby in your belly.
Yeah, I agree. And a lot of that was just being around friends. You don't want the attention all to be about the baby because we live that every day. It's more so just catching up, see how everyone's doing, just having really positive interactions where, like she mentioned, just about being inclusive about other facets of each other's life, work, your spirituality, and what's going on, and just connecting on those levels. Because, you know, the baby thing is, once the baby pops, it's always going to be there.
It's always going to be there. I mean, honestly, I'm guilty of this too, which is why I'm trying to actively be very conscious and very present about the conversations that I'm starting. You know, I remember what it was like when we weren't with child and we were married for a few years, and every time we saw someone, they're like, when are you going to get pregnant? When are you going to have a baby? And you know, you have no idea what people's stories are. You don't know if they've been trying, if they've been struggling with infertility. You don't know any of that. I mean, luckily, you know, knock on wood, we miscarried once and we were absolutely fortunate enough to get pregnant again naturally. That has been such a blessing for us. So I'm so aware and conscious of opening up this conversation to anyone who's struggling, anyone who's trying, anyone who's already had a child, and you're already asking them before the baby's even crawling when they're gonna have baby number 2. It's like, I really feel as though we all need to do our part in our circles and community to be really present and aware of, you know, what other people's stories are, and kind of shift the conversation away from parenthood, motherhood, fatherhood, and getting pregnant and fertility to be a little bit more inclusive and to talk just, you know, a little bit more casually.
Right, and just to have that more open conversation where we can all connect on a more positive level. And again, that starts by talking and keeping it real.
Yeah, and really just sharing, guys.
Yeah.
Just sharing personal stories. I mean, you really never know what anyone's going through.
Yep. It's important that, you know, and obviously for me, this is the first time going through this with my wife, and it's just important for the guy to know you really have to be as best as you can be to be cognizant of what she might be going through and assisting her the best you can. I'm sure a lot of guys out there, you know, we don't know. We don't have a playbook for this. So just try to be extra sensitive, be extra nurturing, and, you know, just say yes to everything. That's it.
Good man.
Yeah.
And you know, for all you gals out there who are pregnant now, even though I have a lot of friends and this crazy network of people around us who are constantly supporting us, it's so natural to feel very isolated and really alone because nobody knows what you're going through, including your partner, your spouse, your husband. And he's been amazing. I mean, you know, he rubs my feet every night, even though he had rubbed it before I was pregnant, you know, so that hasn't changed. You know, the sympathy levels are totally there. I mean, when I get up to pee in the middle of the night, he gets up to pee too. I mean, it's really strange, but I feel as though our connection is just cosmic. It's on this other level where we, not only do we have this amazing partnership, I've really been including him in everything that I'm feeling, everything that I don't even know how to feel. So I think it's really important to stay connected with your partner throughout all stages of the pregnancy. Not only does he feel like he's a part of, you know, the growing changes of myself, but it's just of the relationship as well. I mean, we don't know what the third trimester has in store for us.
But we adapt.
Yeah, and we'll adapt. You know, we'll really talk it out. We're gonna be here for each other. And no matter what any one of us is going through, I feel like, you know, to have a connected partnership is really the key ingredient in a successful pregnancy.
Right. As we go through this journey, there's just gonna be a lot of trials and tribulations. You know, you're gonna juggle emotional changes, physical changes, and then you have to kind of balance it out with work and family and friends. So you just have to adapt, try your best, communicate, and it'll all pan out.
So thank you so much for watching our second trimester pregnancy update. I hope that you guys will follow along this entire journey well into our third trimester. I mean, this is my busiest next couple of months yet. I'm back to filming my second season of Homemade Simple on OWN TV. We are planning our baby shower. I'm planning my sister's wedding. We have like a ton of social engagements right after that, all into the final month of baby girl's arrival. In the next couple of months, you'll totally see how we transform this entire house from just us two to a family of 3, 2 dogs, and we'll be baby proofing the entire house up. I'm gonna change up the entire aesthetic. So I hope that you guys join in on the fun. If you like this type of content, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the third trimester, guys.
Haters. Hallelujah.